So we are live on the Hatch Show and TikTok and YouTube. So this is episode 7 of the Hatch Show. Thanks for joining me. If you guys are joining me on Facebook, it's the Hatch Show page, or you can follow me on TikTok. It's at the Tito Okane. That's TitoOkane, or on YouTube at the Hatch Show TX. Again, thanks for following my social media. This episode is what the title says. It's going to be talking about the cruise. We're going to talk about how I got the cruise, what the cost of the cruise is, the excursion that I went to, and the cruise was actually, I wouldn't say free, but it was paid for by the casino, and I'll talk more about that. If you guys missed the show, you guys can download the podcast on the Hat Show on Apple and what was the other studio
Spotify.
and
Whoa,
Spotify.
1 second.
We have Mark Friedman here. We're at the Frito Nation and appreciate it here in Allen. So let's get it started. As I mentioned, just got back from the cruise this week. The cruise actually was paid for by the Venetian. So if some of you guys that have gotten the cruise offer from the casino, that's what I took. It's my very first cruise. I went on a Princess cruise to Alaska. I did the 7 day cruise. So the casino offered me a interior cabin cruise free, and I just pay for the tax and port fees, which would that cost me 400. Actually, I have that over here. $1,088. There you go. That's the port fees and the taxes. And luckily for me, there's a what you call a bidding process to upgrade to a balcony, and I won. So I paid for the balcony, which is $790. So technically, the cruise on a balcony to that is about $3,000. So I got it for $790. Um, and the cruise itself overall was 7 days. We went to from Seattle to Alaska, and we did 3 excursion. And a lot of the people that follow me, most of my followers are you know, talk about gambling and poker. So yes, there's a casino on the cruise. I did play. There's no high limit. The highest limit that they have, actually, take that back. So you can bet $1, 150 credits. So $150. But generally, I like looking for $25, $10 slot machines. They didn't have some of the reels. They had a lot of the newer ones, which is the Dragon Link. So I did play the Dragon Link. I did play the Wheel of Fortune, and I posted those videos. If you guys have not seen it yet, on Facebook at the Hat Show and on TikTok at Tito Okane. So let's rewind first. Now let's talk about how to get those crews from the casino. You sign up for the players card from the casino. And then from there, depending on the amount of level you are, they'll send you an email. Right now, there's a cruise that they're offering me this week, actually at MGM for a 7 night to the Caribbean. Last month, they were offering me a 20 night cruise to the Mediterranean, to Europe. Unfortunately, I didn't go. I didn't get that cruise just because I was traveling. And I said 20 nights. Again, I've never been on a cruise. This is my first cruise. So I said, you know what? I'll experience my first cruise first, and then from there I'll see what it is, and then go from there. So fast forward, we get from Seattle, we get on this cruise. What's great about the cruise was that I guess it's an inside passage cruise, and from what a lot of people are telling me is that it's smooth sailing. There's not as rocky as it is if you're in the open ocean. So for me, it was a very relaxing cruise. And again, it's free cruise for me for interior. We upgraded to a balcony cabin because we're going through the to the glacier. With that said, it was a great experience. It was a relaxing experience for me. So for those of you guys that have not gone on a cruise, I highly recommend it. I went on a Princess cruise, and what people tell me is that Princess is, I guess, a little bit more on the higher side. Generally, a cruise to Alaska will cost you about $7,000 to $10,000, which is pretty close from there. Um, Overall, my cost, including the free cruise, was, and again, this for my wife and myself, was $5,600. So if you were to add on the three the balcony upgrade, which the balcony is about 3,000, yeah, that would be like a $9,000, $9 to $10,000 cruise. So let's talk more about the casino. The casino is only open when they're in open waters. I guess when you're within the U.S. borders, if a particular state restricts casino, they're not going to have it, or in a port. So the casino was open for about 3.5 days. With that said, I will post a video tour of the casino floor. So I did a video on it. I've not posted it yet. I just got back Saturday, and I was in LA for a few days, and now we're live. So the casino itself, it was fairly, I guess, big. I've never been to a casino cruise before, or in a yeah, in a cruise, and plenty of place to game. There's Texas Hold'em also. For those of you guys who follow me, I play a lot of Texas Hold'em poker tournaments. I did not play in that one because one of the first nights I looked around, it was the electronic cruise where it was the electronic poker table. They did not have the cards, the physical card. It's the gaming where you cover it with your hands, and then the cards show up. And from what I can tell, that's a lot of novice players. And again, I love playing 1-2 um, no limit hold'em, but everyone was just pushing. Everyone was just complaining about it, so I decided not to play. So I did play a lot more slot machine. I and I won. For those guys that follow me, once I win, I'm done. So the first night I won 250 right away. Playing Wheel of Fortune, I got a multiplier, and then 7 times 50, and then additional on top. So once I'm done, I use that to actually pay for a few of my excursion. And then the second night, I won again. I won $450. Overall, I actually walked away up $400. So it's a great experience for me just playing in the casino. They did have a scratchers there too. They did have a lottery, and by the way, congratulations to the winner of the lottery in Florida. If you guys are following the Mega Million, so yes, the lottery on the cruise ship was at half a million, $500,000 for a $2 ticket. With that said, they have all kinds of gambling over there. They have craps, they have blackjack, they had poker, and other card games. So besides the gambling, I did do a excursion. So right now, you guys, I don't know if you guys could tell, I'm wearing a Ketchikan, Alaska hat. We'll talk about the trip. So our first stop was in Juneau, Alaska. We did the whale watching, and for those of you that are interested in doing the whale watching, that in itself, the whale watching was $400 for two people. It's $359. It For me, it was worth it. We saw 30 whales. At one point, we saw 15 whales together on a feeding ground, and it was a relaxing experience for me because I like going out and checking out nature. And so took my wife. We had a pretty good time on a smaller boat, so it was a little bit rocky. I do get motion sickness, but I didn't get motion sickness on this one just because I was just moving around, checking out all the whale. I had a binoculars with me, and I was able to see a lot more just scanning the horizon. Our second night, or our second excursion, second day, we went to Skagway, Alaska. In Skagway, we experienced the train ride to Klondike. I think it's the White Pass Railroad to Old Mining, and that one I suggest to people who've never done it to do it. It is a peaceful ride. Also, it's a 3 hour, 1.5 hour ride up to the mountain, where they had the gold rush for Alaska, and an hour and a half ride back. And I did take a lot of photos. If you guys want to see the photos, I'll post it on my Facebook page at the Hat Show. Um, that excursion actually cost $150 a person, so it was 298 for that particular excursion. It's called the White Pass train ride. So look into that when you do a cruise to Alaska. And then on the way back, we stopped off at Ketchikan, which is the hat that I'm wearing right now. Which actually I wanted to again, this is the hat show. Talk about all the hats that I wear. I'll talk about the all the other hats. But we stopped off at Ketchikan, and I spoke to Paulina, I believe, who owns the Arctic Bar, and this is the hat right here. Um, if you guys can't tell, it's the it's the happy, it's the forgot the name of the bar. It's the place of the Happy Bear, because if you guys could see it, it's two polar bears right there. And she did give me this hat. Actually, until I'll mention her, she gave me this hat and told me that this is a lucky hat. So when I'm playing poker, I'm actually going to wear this hat. The winner of the World Series of Poker this year had a lucky rock with him that was given to him that he played throughout the tournament. So I was telling my wife that if I win the World Series main event with this hat, I'm gonna buy that bar. If not, I'll give her a portion of my winning, as far as giving me this hat. So this is at right off the port there in Ketchikan. It's right next to a Filipino restaurant that we ate at. Then we went to the bar right there. Spoke to Paulina, and I'll send her this link. So send me the link. Watch the show. So again, shout out to the Arctic Bar in Ketchikan. In Ketchikan, we also took the Deadliest Catch tour. So if you guys watched I believe they're in their 20th season already. If you've never seen it, I've seen it before the excursion. It's crabbing, and if you watch the first season, you'll know that 5 people perished on season one, because it is one of the hardest jobs in the world. You are on the Bering Sea, and 60-foot waves you're dealing with, and these guys are catching crabs. And when you pay for your crab, Alaskan king crab, out in the grocery store, by the time it gets to Texas, you'll see why. Even salmon, I know, salmon that grow in the creek. Salmon over there was, I think, $8 a pound. And I was asking my wife, I was like, how is it $24 by the time it gets to Texas? And obviously, shipping and everything else. But yes, I should have gotten a few more salmon. Going back to our excursion at the Deadliest Catch, I posted a video on it also on Facebook, and not massive. Yeah, the crabs itself, the king crab, are pretty big. There's the red crab. Apparently, there's not enough red crab, so they're not catching on that. But as far as the crabs, you'll see a photo that I posted on Facebook where I'm holding it, just one hand. It's about the size of my hand, and I think a pound of crab is about $95. So it's still fairly expensive. As I mentioned, I get hats off to all the Alaskan fishermen, just because they deal with the elements up there, and I can see why some of these food costs the way they are. It is a very deadly catch. We went on this excursion. If you can tell, the shirt that I'm wearing right now, it's the Bering Sea crab. It's from the Aleutian Ballad, the ship that we were on. That's the ship that capsized on season 2. Was made famous on season 2, and they turned it into a cruise ship. And again, highly recommend all the excursion. I highly recommend the Alaskan trip itself too. But this excursion itself, we go out to the bay. We did a couple of crabbing, and it was a very peaceful ride. And again, I love nature. I love hiking. For those of you guys that know me, sometimes I'll just escape to Zion National Park, which is just a 3 hour drive from Vegas, and I'll just go on a hike. I did take my satellite phone with me on this cruise, which I don't need. But most of the time when I go on my hike, I take a satellite phone with me because the hikes that I do, I get away. I pretty much there's no cell network. I just take it for emergency purposes. Then from there, we went from Ketchikan to Victoria. It was just a quick stop to Victoria. Over there, we saw the Empress Hotel had a tea. It's fairly nice. Obviously, it was a conversion of a Canadian dollar, but fairly expensive too. It was 144 Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar to a dollar is 75 cents. You do the conversion of that. I think it's about $108 or American. So it's still fairly expensive for two teas and some tapas and some biscuits, Victoria. And that was a quick tour. Then from there, we went from Victoria to Seattle, which is just overnight. But overall, the cruise I highly recommend. I did get it free from the casino, and then I did all the upgrades. As far as the breakdown of it, we stayed one night at Seattle. I included that in the cost. A couple nights in LA, and then from there, I also included the flight to and from Seattle and LA, and the cost itself is about, as I mentioned, $5,600, including the free uh, casino trip from the casino. Yeah, the casino trip to the cruise, and then we cruised on the Royal Princess, which actually I do have a show and tell right here. This is the Royal Princess right here. So I'm gonna show it on YouTube. And again, this is the Princess Cruise. We were actually on the if you guys are been on a ship, so the aft bow, port side, starboard side. We were on the port side, very front. Actually, I'm gonna mark this where this one right here is where our cabin was, and it's very peaceful for me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the talk about the cruise. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. You can comment on the page on Facebook. I'll reply to it. Again, on Facebook, you can follow me at The Hat Show. That's TheHat Show. Same thing on YouTube, The Hat Show TX, or on TikTok, Tito Okane. So let's switch. So that's all the gambling they did on the cruise. It was open for 3 nights. I played one, as you guys know. Once I win, I generally quit and go on from there. Again, shout out to Arctic Bar for the hats. It's the home of the Happy Bear. So let's talk about. And this is my gambling hat. I need to replace it. And that's why I was in LA. I was looking to replace this hat that I generally wear at the casino. And this weekend I'll probably be in Choctaw. So if you guys are gonna be there, let me know. Hi from Texas. What's going on? I'm in Allen, Texas right now at the here at Frito Nation. Mark Friedman. Look it up. That's where I do my podcast. But I'll see you guys. Hopefully, I might be there. If not, I might be in Las Vegas. I do have another trip coming up, paid for by the casino also. This one's paid for the Venetian too. I'm going to the Bahamas on December 14th to the 18th, playing in the World Series of Poker event over there. That's on the international schedule. This week or next week, they're gonna be in Tulsa, so I might head up to Tulsa, play on the World Series of Poker tour. So look out for that. I'll let you guys know if I do go. I do have quite a few people that follow my page in Tulsa, and I appreciate that. So one of the other news that's happening is actually I want to share with you guys. I'm a school board member now of the Legacy Preparatory Charter Academy. With that said, actually, the thanks to Kathy Ward, who's asked me to be on the board. I interviewed. We interviewed a couple people. Actually, no, they interviewed a lot of people, and from there they selected two new board members. So I'll be helping out. I'm looking to help out with the school board. That's the Legacy Preparatory Charter Academy. They have a school in Mesquite, Texas, and in Plano, Texas. It is a charter academy. So if you guys wanted more information on that, look into it. That's I don't have a hat for that, but that's I guess part of my Rotary. So let's switch hats and let's talk about Rotary. Um, Last year, I ended my presidency. Our calendar year for Rotary is from July to July. Now it's August, so I'm a past president of the Plano East Rotary Club. So now I sit on the foundation board of the Rotary Club. But with that said, we have a lot of events coming up. We have the Rotary Parade that we just did in July, and that was a pretty great experience. If you guys have not seen it, I posted a video of it. I was on top of a Humvee with my Marine Corps cover, and we will have another. I was going to say cruise. We will have another parade during the holiday. So if you guys are interested more on that, follow us, Rotary Plano East Rotary Club. The other thing that's coming up is also the Plano Flags of Honor, and the Plano Flags of Honor is during the Veterans Week. That one we put up 1,100 plus flags that honor veterans and first responders in Plano, Texas, at the Oak Point Park. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, or if you have a veteran that you want to dedicate a flag for, you could visit our website. That's planoflagsofhonor.org. You could dedicate a flag for your veteran, and we'll post it right there on the field. As I mentioned, with that said, I'm a Marine veteran, so I have in the hat for that. I'm part of the Marine Corps League of Collin County, and with that, we have our ball coming up. For those of you guys who are not familiar with the Marine Corps Ball, we celebrate it during the Marine Corps birthday. We have a tradition of a cake cutting ceremony, and that ticket is now on sale. So you could visit collinmcl.org. Again, that's collinmcl. It's one of the few balls that's open to the public. Excuse me. Keep talking too much. I need to take a break. So it's one of the few balls that's open to the public, and with that, the tickets usually sell out. We have about 500 guests that attend the ball, and this year's guest is a Medal of Honor Navy SEAL Commander Thornton. He's going to talk about his experience in Vietnam. I read the award on it. He's probably going to cover that. And like I said, that's going to be November, I believe, 18th as the ball. And so if you guys want to know more information, you can follow us on Facebook also at Marine Corps League of Collin County. Another hat that I wear actually is my work, which I do work when I want to. Well, shout out to the owner of the company. I do solar. I do, which actually, so my solar bill, of my electrical bill this past month was $140. I do have solar in my home. I have a 17 kilowatt system in my house that produces 80 kilowatt hour per day, which is enough to power 4 houses. An average home in Texas uses about 20 to 23 kilowatt an hour. But with that said, mine is producing enough where if you guys are not from Texas, it's been 106, 108 daily, and my wife been running the temperature at 72 to 74 all night and all day long. So yeah, our bill in the past was about $400 to $600. So right now, I'm happy to have that bill at $140 and being comfortable. Coming back from Alaska, yes, the trip in Alaska, the temperature there, the high was 62 and the low was 52. Everyone kept telling us that you came in a good week because it was sunny and it's not raining. Apparently, it rains in Alaska during the summer also, but it wasn't that cold. So they said it does warm up to about 80 over there. But we went on a great week. It was 52 to 62 degrees. The highest it got was actually 68, which is we'll take it any day here in Texas. Right now, our high is 108. Our low is like 92 degrees. So if you guys want to know more about solar, come talk to me. I'll post. Same thing. It's going to be on the Hatch Show. You can follow me on Pronail Roofing and Solar. That's the company name here in North Texas. We do roofs. I'm not a roofer. I'm not familiar with roofing. We do have guys that can do the roof. It is solar is a roofing product just because it goes on top of your roof. But what's even better is mine is a solar shingle. And so with that, when the hail hits, which it did hit my home, when they replaced the roof, they just replaced the roof and the solar shingle itself. So those are all the hats that I wear. If you guys are new at the page or at the show, I do wear a lot of hats in the community. One of the hats I represent is Pronail, Marines, Rotary, and my gambling poker hat. And that's what I talk about. I talk about all the things that I do. And now I'm gonna be, and also if you guys want to learn more about me, I'm doing a presentation tomorrow, August 10th, at the McKinney Downtown Networking Group that I'll talk about. I generally don't disclose it in public. I'll talk more about in a smaller group. If you guys, it's an open invitation. If you guys want to come, it's at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be at downtown McKinney. The group name is McKinney Downtown Networking Group, and I'm going to share a little bit more about myself and my life and network. So I appreciate you guys joining me on the Hat Show. Uh, Hopefully you learned about the Princess Cruise. Hopefully, if you have not gone on a cruise, that take advantage of the offers from the casino. That's what I did. I'm looking to go on another cruise again. If I can make it to Vegas this weekend, another free cruise from MGM. And then from there, as I mentioned, I'm going to go on a tour with the World Series of Poker in Bahamas in December. That's the international tour. And I'm going locally at the Tulsa Casino, Hard Rock. There you go, Hard Rock Casino. So appreciate it. If you guys missed the entire show, you guys can download the podcast on Apple and Spotify. If not, you can follow me on Facebook at The Hat Show, and or on YouTube, The Hat Show TX, and or on TikTok at Tito Okane. Thank you again. Good luck. Semper Fi. Hoorah.